you want to kill two birds with one stone? Get the Pfizer.
and see, Johnson and Johnson, if they had Pfizer technology, that what is it? Viagra is for male enhancement.
Yeah.
That makes your circulation,
your blood flow
better.
That's what it is.
It makes your circulation better.
Blood flow.
So
there's no blood clots.
Yes, exactly.
So now you're seeing the tie-in.
Johnson and Johnson needs to
get with Pfizer, but hey, I can make that blood flow.
Yeah.
So Pfizer is making sure there's no blood clots. They're making the blood flow. So guess what, people?
So we've reached a conclusion. I've reached a conclusion, but I can't help it because sometimes the conspiracy theories, they get to me. A lot of times I read them and I think this is the most ridiculous, nonsensical bullshit I've ever seen because
in your life.
They go from one thing to another. Like before.
Well, it's just that here's why I talk this. I didn't mean to cut you off. Here's why I talk conspiracy theories, and you're going to build on this. This is what you're probably trying to say. Everything's not a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I can see your point there. I can't see it with everything. Oh man, don't eat white bread.
Hold on, Crow.
Don't do this. Everything's not a conspiracy.
Before you tell me about that, we'll be right back. Right after this.
And now, the man we've all been waiting for, T-Jam D. Welcome back to the show.
All right. We're back.
It's a great time.
All right. What was I saying before we went?
We were talking about the conspiracy theory with erections and the different companies and whatnot making the vaccines.
Oh yeah. The conspiracy theorists are getting out of control. So those of you who are sane, and if you don't know whether you're sane, if you believe in something, say for instance, if you thought that the evil dummy was rounding up pedophiles, then you're not sane. Okay?
Well, you got to tell me what the evil dummy is. So many people out here might just be,
okay.
You know, they might not know, because they might not heard who you talk about. Okay. Tell them what the evil dummy is.
The evil dummy is former President Trump. I refer to him as the evil dummy because he's not smart. He's not an intelligent man. He's a dumb person. He has tricked everybody into thinking he's a great businessman when he's not. He received $400 million from his father, and he also made $400 million on that TV show, The
Apprentice.
So if you receive $400 million from your father, it's easy to run around acting like you're a great businessman. If you make $400 million because you pretended to be a great businessman and they give you a TV show and then you still end up in debt because of your business dealings, then you're not intelligent. You're dumb. If you go on national TV and tell scientists to look into injecting disinfectant into people to cure the coronavirus, you're a dumb man.
I try not to believe that, but hey, I'm not going to touch that right now. We ain't got enough time.
So this is
I try not to believe that.
This is why I refer to him as a dummy. I refer to him as evil because he's done so many things that were horrible to people. He's called servicemen who volunteered.
Fools, or what do you call them? Dummies, or something, idiots, or something, yeah. Suckers.
And losers. Because they were brave enough. He has convinced himself that servicemen, people in the military, are suckers and losers just because he was such a big coward and was afraid to go to war, and his rich daddy got him out of going to the service.
Right.
That the guys who did volunteer,
they were suckers.
Are suckers and losers. So he tried to get 5 black young people put in prison for a rape
and in Central Park that they weren't nowhere near.
Right, that they didn't commit. And then when he found out
he didn't apologize.
That they didn't commit this rape, he said, "Oh, you should keep them in jail anyway. They probably done something else."
That's his attitude.
That's a direct quote.
That's why I agree he shouldn't be president. You can't have a leader of your country being this way. And all you people that drink the Kool-Aid and follow him, just think about that. What if that was your children? What if that was someone you knew? Like I say.
So the conspiracy theorists who follow QAnon thought that he was the second coming of the Messiah for whatever reasons, and that he was secretly rounding up pedophiles. And on March the 4th, he was supposed to take back over the White House, which obviously didn't happen. But now they're just, every time something doesn't happen.
Adrian Bray, my man. Look, I'm looking at Adrian Bray. He said that he's still the president. We'll talk about that later, Adrian. I got you.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not the president. He's sitting in Florida getting fatter, eating cheeseburgers probably.
I need to kick him with him.
Biden's the president, okay? This whole lie about voter fraud was just something that he was trying to set up so he could steal the presidency. It just didn't work. Claiming that, the votes were rigged, that the election was rigged so that he could steal the presidency.
And my response to that was, you know what, so what? Welcome to our world now. Everything has been rigged against us.
Yeah.
Welcome. Now you see what we're talking about.
Right.
But my last statement on that whole Trump thing is when everyone talks to me about it, and and I talk about the storming of the Capitol building. Well, we just want to take our country back.
Yeah.
One question, and I'm going to end it with this. What if Native Americans said that to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done.
What if Native Americans said we want our country back?
And what would y'all say?
No. They'd say no. Okay?
Join the club. Get in line.
Yeah, right. They have a response for everything. And, we got a big problem really with white people who are not racist because they're in denial that racism...
They're in denial that racism exists.
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, what I want white America to do is just sit back, just think, use your eye test, use your mind, and just think and use some empathy, not sympathy, empathy. And get outside your box, get outside your comfort zone, and put yourself in the shoes of the less fortunate.
Right.
And then you will see. And if you can't do that mentally, just go to your local boys and girls club. Just somehow introduce yourself to the less fortunate. And then maybe you can make a difference. It's not, and what I want people to understand, it's not about making a difference in 1,000 people. It's not about making a difference in 100 people. Make a difference in one person. Because that one person might make the 1,000. You might spark the brain, like Tupac says, of the person that can make the change. Mm-hmm. Just put yourself in that position to help. And I'm not asking a lot of people to do this. I mean, you don't take your money. It just might take a little bit of your time for you to investigate and for you to have an open mind and say, you know what, let me make a change. A change for the better.
Right.
And that's all we can ask for. Then the world will become a better place. Maybe because of you. Who knows?
Inspirational words. One other thing I wanted to touch on a little bit, bro. And that is because we've gotten to a place where our society is so politically correct and we've heard all these instances all of a sudden because now we want to be equal. And I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about gender now. We want to be equal, women with men. Mm-hmm. We're getting a lot of women saying they were sexually harassed 10 years ago or raped by someone that they were working with. And for me, I just want to say to women, listen, Y'all need to put y'all's foot down with these guys. Now I know that this is probably. I'm just trying to speed up progress because women are in the workplace. Okay, women are taking positions of authority and leadership positions, and they should be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are.
If you're qualified to do the job, you can get the job.
Yeah. A lot of women are smart. And so roles of leadership should be taken by women. But one thing I want to say, women, you can make it easier on yourselves if you just put your foot down with this man, with these men. If you are being harassed, okay? And this is easier said than done, but if you are being harassed, tell this guy, listen, I'm not going to fuck you, okay? I'm not interested. I'm not going to blow you. I'm not going to get you fired. I'm not going to tell anybody about this, but don't be saying no dumb shit to me.
Here's where,
and keep your hands off.
Right. And see, you get the nail on the head. And you know what? Women, you know, I'm not a woman. I can't speak for women. I love women. We all know that. And I've never been a rapist or that type of thing. But when you look at things of that nature, women have the power to manipulate a man's brain.
Mm-hmm. With the booty?
With everything. So if a woman knows right off the bat if she's going to mess with the dude or not. If you're not going to mess with the dude, cut him down.
Mm-hmm.
Cut him off the tree. Don't lead him on. And if you do lead the man on, you ever seen a dog and then the male dog, he's up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's thinking about. I got to get that. That's a man's thing. So women, you know this. You've been around for a while, and you know how men are. You've known that since middle school because you just know.
Yeah. Horny.
And if I was a woman, I can't speak for women. So like I say, I've never been in that position. I've never been one-on-one with a man where you can overpower me. But don't put yourself in that position. That's easier said than done. And if it's possible, because I know how some men, they don't take no for an answer.
Right.
And that's when you call for help or you get help. Don't wait 10 years. Get him now. If this man raped you last night, I understand that your mind, you got to heal. But as soon as you're mentally and physically strong enough to do something, do it. Because when you wait 10 years, it makes it look fishy. And I'm not being a chauvinist. I'm not doing this. Because now it looks like it's a witch hunt. But my thing is this. As a woman, you know if you like the guy or not. I can't tell you how to be a woman. I can't even ask. I can't even put myself in that position. The only thing I can say is, in my mind, the way I would think to make it look a little better is, don't lead a man on that you know you're not gonna mess with. And we know women, you look good. You do certain things. Not you. There's been women. Like there's people who give men a bad name. There's women who give you a bad name that will lead a man on to get herself a position in a company or a job or money or a car or whatever she wants out of this man, knowing she's only going to have to give herself. And she's not ashamed to do it. But she's going to put the next woman in jeopardy by doing that. So if you're that woman or whatever, just be mindful of that. And with all these accusations coming out and this Me Too movement, the cancel culture, it's empowering certain women to do certain things. And I'm not mad at that. But just be mindful of what took place to lead up to that. Yeah, it was 10 years ago or whatever, like he said. But there was something that led up to that. And be mindful of that. And also put yourself in his shoes. Remember, this was 10 years ago. All these laws and rules and stuff, men played by different rules back then, 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you should be a woman. You know the rules. Like, if you're going to play football, back then, 20 years ago, it was different. You knew they could come pick your knee out. You knew they could hit you in the head. Just be mindful of the rules you're playing and think about how to protect yourself, how to guide yourself through these shallow waters and the deep waters with these sharks. And that's what those men are, they're sharks. I'm a man, I know. So just guide yourself, protect yourself. And now we got this movement now that where as a man, I'm glad I'm 50. I'm glad I ain't out there hollering. Because, man, you say the wrong thing, it's your ass.
Right.
I'm glad I'm 50.
You're fired. You're going to be sued. And all I'm saying is that women, you got to stand up for yourself. You can't wait 10 years and be like, well, he grabbed my butt when we were in the office and he told me that I could help myself out.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
you can tell this guy right off the bat, hey, Get your motherfucking hands off me.